Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Nusrat Mirza from RFI Talk, and today I have a very honorable guest, Qazi, Ambassador Qazi Khalilullah Sahab, very kind person, and he is the Executive Director for the Center of International Strategic Studies Sindh, CISSS, very well known and very prestigious organization for the research and studies on studies affairs and research. So he has very kindly accepted our invitation to give us an interview. We were requesting him for a long time, and he was very busy in seminars and in visiting the foreign countries for representing Pakistan, and also giving the lectures to the different universities. But finally he has very kindly accepted our invitation. So I welcome him and thank you very much, Qazi Sahab, that you have given us time. May I ask the question now?
Please.
With your permission?
Please.
Sir, when and where did you get your early and higher education?
Well, Nusrat Mirza Sahab, let me first of all thank you for your very kind invitation to visit your studio for an interview, and thank you very much for the nice words that you have spoken about me and our think tank. I'm really delighted to be here. Well, I received my primary and secondary education in Sindh. I started with government primary school Dadu, then moved on to Jamia Millia Malir, Karachi, and then joined Cadet College Pitaro. In 1975, I was selected by Pakistan Air Force in the flying branch and joined PF College Sargodha for training. I stayed there for 4 years and received my BSc from Punjab University. Finally, I received my master's degree from the School of Advanced International Studies of Johns Hopkins University, USA in 1997-1998.
Sir, that is very good education career of yours. Well, the second question is, when did you join Pakistan Foreign Services? Share a brief introduction of your services at various posts and places.
I joined Foreign Service of Pakistan in 1985 after clearing the CSS competitive examination. I retired from service in end 2019. During 34 years of my diplomatic career, I served at Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Islamabad, on various assignments, including as Director General Disarmament and Additional Secretary, Middle East and Africa. I also did a number of postings in Pakistan embassies and missions abroad. These include Moscow, Ukraine, Geneva, Cuba and Myanmar. I was spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 2015 and 2016 before going as ambassador to Russia, and I did during my career 3 ambassadorial assignments, one in Myanmar from 2008 to 2012. From there I went to Cuba as ambassador and came back in 2014 to Islamabad, and my last ambassadorial assignment was to Russia from 2016 to 2019. Now, coming to the second part of your question as to what I witnessed during my diplomatic assignments abroad. Well, let me say that I did 2 postings in Russia. I arrived in Moscow for my first assignment in July 1998 and left in 1993. Interestingly, when I arrived in Moscow, it was the capital of the Soviet Union. And when I departed Moscow in 1993, it was the capital of Russia. That is, I saw the disintegration of the Soviet Union. During that period, I also saw the coup in the Soviet Union that took place against then Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev. And finally, I saw the red flag on Kremlin coming down after the formal disintegration of the Soviet Union on 25 December 1991, and the Russian flag going up in its place. Now, during my...
Sir, well, just a question. What was the difference between the two flags?
Well, the Soviet flag was red flag, and it had hammer and sickle on that. The Russian flag is a tricolor flag. It has white, blue, and red portion.
That is the difference. Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay,
Then,
sir. Fine. Yes. Please go ahead.
If you allow me.
Please.
Then, when I was ambassador to Russia from 2016 to 2019, the most interesting part during that time was my meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin when I presented my credentials to him in April 2016. I also had the opportunity to participate in what is called Moscow format of consultations on Afghanistan. That was the initiative of the Russian Federation, and that format was very helpful in pushing the Afghan peace process forward. I also had the opportunity to participate in efforts that Islamabad and Moscow were making to bring the two sides closer. Now, I was, as I said, I also served in Ukraine, Cuba, and Myanmar. When I was in Ukraine, I had the opportunity to meet Pope John Paul II, who was visiting there. When I was in Myanmar, I had the opportunity to have many meetings with their political leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, and I also had the opportunity, rather honor, to organize visit of President Asif Ali Zardari to Myanmar, who had come there in January 2012 to present Shahid Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto Medal of Democracy to Aung San Suu Kyi. When I was in Cuba, there were 950 Pakistani students studying medicine over there. Now, let me expand a little bit on this. You would recall that in 2005, we had a devastating earthquake in northern parts of Pakistan. Now, Fidel Castro was still in office at that point of time, and he sent a medical contingent comprising 2,400 doctors and nurses to Pakistan. They established 40 field hospitals, which they donated to Pakistan when they left our country. And at the same time, Fidel Castro offered 1,000 fully funded scholarships to the students of Pakistan from the earthquake-affected areas. That's how there were 950 students in Cuba when I was there. Now, interestingly, I learned that at any given point, there were 50,000 foreign students studying in Cuba in various academic disciplines at any given time. This is great.
I say that it's very important, great. You have very great memories and very remarkable things that you have done. I think this was the services, your services in Cuba was so much appreciated that the Pakistan was giving such a heavy contingent of doctors and nurses. I think this was your efforts.
It was greatness of Cuba,
Castro.
the people of Cuba, to send 2,400 doctors and nurses to Pakistan. As I said, they were hosting 50,000 students at any given point. And they were studying free of cost, like our students.
But this has happened? Materialized?
Yes, yes. Our students graduated. When I was there, because I was there from 2012 to 2014, the first batch of 295 students graduated during
medical.
In medical.
Medical.
Yes. Total about 950.
My God.
Free of cost.
Free of cost. So you had what you consider between the Ukraine and Russian? Now they are at war. What is the difference that you saw in them, contradictions, or what was the problems between them at that time? Established country, and the biggest European country of Ukraine. So did you find any difference that led to this kind of war today?
Now, there are two different questions in what you have said. One is what I saw when I was in Ukraine, and that is from 1999 to 2002. I saw that there was East-West divide in Ukraine. People living in the western part of Ukraine, close to
Russia,
close to Poland, they identified themselves with Europe. And there was one thing that everyone was talking about, that was Euro standard. If they wanted to repair their apartment, they would say that we want Euro standard. If they wanted to do anything else, they would say that we would do it the way Europeans are doing. So this is the western part of Ukraine. And then eastern part of Ukraine, where there are problems now, where fighting is going on. They are mostly ethnic Russians, and they identified themselves with Russia. So that East-West divide existed when I was there.
You said that the Russians were living in the Russian-spoken people were living on the eastern side.
Eastern side, which is which borders with Russia, and this is number one. Now about the present Ukraine crisis, it has much to do with number one, shift that we see at the global level that is taking place from unipolarity to multipolarity. We all know that with the collapse, with the end of Cold War, which started with the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, we had a unipolar world. But over time, other countries have come up, as Russia and China, but there is no acceptability in the Western world about a multipolar world that we already see here. This is number one. So Russia, China, they want to promote a multipolar world, whereas there is an effort on the part of the United States to preserve the unipolar world. This is number one. Number two, this is a conflict between Russia's security interests and NATO's open door policy. NATO maintains that they have open door policy, and since Ukraine is a European country, and that open door policy is only for European countries, not for the entire world. And since Ukraine is a European country, so NATO has its doors open for Ukraine.
But is it, excuse me if you allow me one question, did any kind of agreement reach with the Gorbachev that the NATO will not be extended and reach to the door of Russia?
Yes.
It is true or not?
When there was a question of German reunification that was being discussed, and Soviet Union was about to disintegrate. Soviet Union was given an assurance that NATO would not expand even an inch eastward. So as I said, there is now a clash between NATO's open door policy, because despite giving that assurance to Russia, NATO has expanded 5 times.
5 times. Everybody.
And more than 14 countries have joined, the latest being Finland and,
first Poland, then Finland, many others.
Yes. Sweden, is about to join. It's likely to join. There are some issues, but it's likely to join. So that assurance was not kept, and that's why Russia reacted, and that's why we have a situation that we talked about.
We don't want to go much detail on this, but the question is only one important. How do you find the Putin, when you met with Putin, his body language, his style? Could you explain that for our viewers?
I think he has a very strong personality. He is a very polite person, but he is a very firm person. I will share a picture of my meeting with him when I am presenting.
It is on the screen already.
Yes, and from that picture is of my handshake with him, and you will see from this how strong that handshake is, and from there you can make assessment of his personality. But when I was one of about 20 ambassadors who presented credentials to him, and he collectively.
But this presentation was at the same time of the 20 ambassadors?
Yes. Okay. Because each ambassador
they select a day and then they say.
Yes, it takes about 2 to 3 hours. President Putin comes, he receives each ambassador one by one.
Then he just sign on their paper?
No, the papers are signed by our leaders.
Okay.
Yeah. We just present it to him.
Yes. How you give the acceptance?
Well, he just receives it and passes it on to his assistant, because a copy of that is was presented to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at a high level already, so that they could verify it. Yeah, it was just a formality. It was just a ceremony.
Qazi Sahab, I am grateful to you for this your experience that you have, and the services of 34 years you have shown up to our viewer. You have explained to our viewers that the interesting events that you have seen or observed or witnessed. So now let us go for our questions, further questions. When did CISSS come into being, and what are the vision behind its establishment? What are the aims and objectives of the CISSS? Please.
Well, thank you for the question. The Center for International Strategic Studies, Sindh, was established in July 2021 as a think tank. You know that there are many think tanks in Islamabad, but very few in Sindh. That is the reason or rationale for establishing CISSS in Sindh, and it is based in Karachi. Now, the purpose was to interact with the people of Sindh, particularly opinion makers and students, with a view to promoting Pakistan's position on issues critical to our country. These issues, if I may share with you, include many, but the key issues are South Asian strategic stability, peaceful uses of nuclear and space technologies, emerging technologies with focus on artificial intelligence, arms control and disarmament, climate change, multilateral organizations, and security alliances like NATO, Quad, AUKUS, and also global and regional security, environment, hybrid warfare, fifth generation warfare, etc. And CIS has been, since its establishment, providing opportunities to young scholars through research and analysis, internship programs, and also we intend to start fellowship programs.
So, sir, the question is another question. Would you like to mention what is the structure of CISSS?
Well, at the top, we have an advisory board which comprises many prominent personalities, including former ministers, retired ambassadors, heads of higher educational institutions, and businessmen, media personalities like yourself, and retired armed forces officers. Now, let me share some names with you. Let me start with Lieutenant General Khalid Ahmed Kidwai, who was Director General of Strategic Plans Division for 15 years. He is now advisor to National Command Authority on Development. Brigadier Zahirul Haider Kazmi, who is Director General Arms Control Division in the Strategic Plans Division. Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi, Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, Dr. Sayyid Shafqat Ali Shah Jamod, former Federal Minister for Agriculture and Industrialist, Mr. Iqbal Adamji, who is a well-known businessman, Ambassador retired Mustafa Kamal Qazi. He too served in Moscow as Ambassador of Pakistan. Well-known personality, Madam Mehtab Akbar Rashidi, Lieutenant General Tariq Wasim Ghazi, Mr. Anwar Mansoor, former Attorney General of Pakistan, Dr. Huma Bakai, she doesn't need any introduction, Professor Dr. Shaista Tabassum of Karachi University, and of course yourself.
Thank you, sir.
This is a very competent advisory board, and
different field.
From. Yes, coming with rich experience in different fields and benefiting CIS with its advice. Then, if you allow me,
yes, please.
Then we have 21 researchers, including myself. I am the executive director, and I have 20 researchers with me who are writing papers and op-eds. They participate in conferences, webinars, etc. with me.
And also contributing the articles in different newspapers, magazines.
That's right.
Fine, sir. The question, a couple of questions more. What are the achievements of CISSS so far?
Well, CIS aims to become a leading think tank of Pakistan or the go-to think tank. And in order to achieve that, we have been interacting with people from various walks of life in Sindh. We have been hosting conferences in collaboration with key universities of Sindh. We have been hosting seminars, webinars. We have been organizing book launch events. We have been inviting prominent people to come and give talk at CISSS, and we have organized workshops on peaceful uses of nuclear and space technologies, and we have organized visits of students of universities in Karachi as well as Sindh University to Karachi nuclear power plants.
That's good. So
now, if you allow me, CIS researchers, as you also pointed out, have written a number of op-eds and papers which have been printed in recognized HEC recognized journals and also in prominent newspapers of Pakistan. Our outreach is an important activity of CIS, our researchers have done outreach to more than 40 academic institutions and government offices in Sindh. SIS has organized several conferences, as I said earlier, in collaboration with different universities. These include Sindh University Jamshoro. You were also there when we did that.
It was very good
in December
seminar.
2022. Then in collaboration with DHS Safa University, in collaboration with Karachi University, we organized this conference on traditional and non-traditional security imperatives for Pakistan with Karachi University last year in March, and the President of Pakistan was the chief guest. And we also organized a conference with Hamdard University. Let me mention here that earlier this month, SIS, DHA, Safa University and the Millennium Institute of Technology and Entrepreneurship came together to organize a seminar to observe Kashmir Solidarity Day. So we have moved from bilateral to trilateral framework, and we intend to continue this. We are this also speaks well about the recognition that the SIS has earned within a short period of its existence of about 2.5 years. Now, we also organized last year a workshop on peaceful uses of nuclear technology for the students of Sindh University at their campus. We then brought a 30-member delegation comprising 27 students and 3 faculty members of Sindh University to Karachi, and took them to Karachi nuclear power plants, and they were very happy to see that nuclear energy is playing a very important part in addressing the energy challenges in Pakistan. Now, as a result of our efforts, one good thing has happened, that is, the University of Sindh has decided to include peaceful uses of nuclear technology as a subject in their BS program.
That's very good. That is a very good sign. Eh?
Yes. We have also signed MOUs on cooperation in research and other areas with DHS Safa University and also Institute of Business Management. We also intend to sign such MOUs with other universities.
Of Sindh?
Of Sindh, of course.
So, sir, now the question is, what are your plans? You have already explained a bit. So, how do you evaluate our cooperation between the CISSS and Rabta Forum International? The last question.
Well, before I answer that question, let me share with you our future plans. In the first week of March, we intend to organize several events in some universities of Sindh. For example, we will organize book launch of Ambassador Zamir Akram's book at Sindh University on 4th of March. Then from there we would go to Khairpur and organize book launch of Ambassador Zamir Akram's book at Shahid Abdul Latif University, Khairpur. Then we will go to...
do you have any date for that?
Yes, it's on 5th.
On 5th, the second day?
Yes, the second day, 5th of March. And then on 6th we will go to Shikarpur. There we will have outreach at Sheikh Ayaz University. And then we will go to Sakhar, where there are 3 universities,
right.
IBA University, Aror University, and Begum Nusrat Bhutto Women University. So we will do outreach to all these universities.
So that means about
1 week.
1 week, and then about 7 universities.
Yes.
That's good. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Now we come to our cooperation, between the CISSS and Rabta Forum International.
Well, I think we have very good cooperation, and we highly value our cooperation with RFI. we are grateful for the close attention that you personally, as chairman of RFI, and my brother.
Of course, we are brother. I can say give more importance of this word, brother.
You pay very close attention and to us, and we appreciate that. CIS and RFI, as you know, signed MOU on mutual cooperation in May 2022, and that was the first MOU that CIS signed with any organization in Sindh. We regularly receive issues of your magazines, Interaction and Zawiya Nigah. They are very useful. They contain a lot of good information, and the information is helpful to our researchers.
Your cooperation and your help is also there.
Well, you can take it for granted.
No, no, not granted, but I'm very grateful to you. You have given us very good advices, and you have pointed out our mistake that we did sometimes. And in the magazine it happens, in the print media, when you publish the magazines on a monthly or the daily basis, because I have remained the editor of a daily newspaper also. And even Dawn, the best paper of Pakistan, that also commits many mistakes every day. And there is a committee that they decide that what is the mistake. Maybe we as a layman couldn't understand that what is the mistake they did, but they evaluate what is the mistake they did. So after you are pointing out some mistakes of ours, we also established an advisory board and a committee to check our mistakes every month. So thank you very much for that cooperation, and I hope that it will continue, that your guidance is always required, because you are very serious, senior and serious person that I met in my life, and you even value the word. You know the meaning, where to use the word, what should be used, where to be used. So that is to be appreciated, and I am very grateful to you, though I waited for a long time for your interview, but I think this interview will be very helpful for our students, for our researchers, even for the foreign countries people, especially the countries you mentioned, the Cuba. For the first time I learned that whatever you have explained, I am very much impressed with Cuba, and I started loving that country. That has given so much importance to us, and so much help to us, and especially in education. What a great, even we don't have perhaps from the United States of America, perhaps more, but looking to the size of the Cuba, this is very great or very important or very, very precious help they have provided to us. And I think this is due to you. And remaining in Russia as a very important country for us, that is also a great honor for you, for Pakistan, and for you also as well. That has enhanced, I think, your experience, your vision, and everything that you are giving back to our country, our land, that Pakistan. And so I am very grateful to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very nice words, and thank you for summarizing the main points of this interview. And we all make mistakes, but as far as cooperation with RFI is concerned, I think it's one team, and
sure.
I take it as a teamwork. So you are doing a good job. We would like to say, please continue. And I was really honored to be in foreign service, which gave me an opportunity to serve Pakistan's interests in many countries, many capitals of the world. In the course of my duty, I traveled to more than 50 countries, besides serving in many capitals, and I feel really honored. Foreign service, and if I should say, Pakistan has given me a lot, and whatever experience I have gained is because of Pakistan.
And you are giving back to the Pakistani students.
It's my effort.
Youngster.
The main reason for accepting the assignment of Executive Director CISSS was that I wanted to pass on the experience that I have gained over 34 years of service to young researchers in Sindh. And
that is very
that's
important.
A mission. That's a mission, and I have a commitment to that mission.
Sir, thank you very much. I am very grateful to you again, and viewers, you have seen, you have watched, and you have viewed that this interview. I hope that you will be very happy with this interview, and also you will find many points that will help and give the more importance, or rather encouragement for you to take some important point and help or join CISSS or RFI or our other sister organization BTT and Balochistan think tank that are working for the interests of the Pakistan. And I'm again thankful to Qazi Khalilullah Sahab, Ambassador, and my brother. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.